What's going on, guys? We got this Spawn figure here. In the previous video I showed overt kill, did some panel lining with that figure. This is not going to be the follow-up video. This is going to be part one of a series of videos I'm going to make modifying this Mortal Kombat Spawn figure. So of course the figure is in pieces. I probably didn't need to tell you that. For anyone out there who is not familiar with Spawn, he does not look like this. He is usually one guy. This is several guys. So what I've got here is the arms. I've got the torso cups. I've got the lower torso, the upper torso, and I've got the legs here. And basically what this whole, I guess, disassembly is for, is I want to make this figure more posable. You know, to be completely honest with you, I saw the new Papito Loco video, well, the newer Papito Loco video, it's not his newest, but anyway, saw that video, and I was like, you know what, I don't have that Spawn figure, but I have a Spawn figure, and I want it to move like that, so I'm basically just going to be doing most of what he did. I'm just going to change it up a little bit for this figure, because this is a newer figure than the one that he made, I think, or the one that he has. I'm pretty sure that figure is from, I want to say it's from 2021. I think this is a 2023 figure, but I don't have the box. But I'm sure anyone can probably figure that out pretty easily. So basically what I'm going to do to this figure is I have the torso taken apart. Anyone wants to know how I did that, I've got a cup of hot water here, microwave water for 2 minutes, and I dunked the upper torso in the water, and I pulled the arms off. And then I didn't use the water anymore, actually. After that, I put the figure under about 3 minutes of medium heat on a hairdryer. And I popped the torso apart. It required me to reheat for the lower torso. So that's that. I'm not going to be doing anything with the legs today. Today what I'm going to be doing is making some room in here for the cups to move, basically. So the cup seats in there like that. And then the arm can move forward, but it can't actually get across. Like, it can't reach across the figure like how I want it to. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to take out some material basically where the cup is, and because the cup has a sculpt on it, as you can hopefully see there, it's not really going to look any different, so I'm going to do that with a Dremel. I have this bit on my Dremel here. This is what I'm going to be using. Probably going to put it on... Probably going to want it on 2-speed, is going to be about right. Get some of this plastic taken out on one side, and I'll come back and show you the comparison, and then I'll do the other side, and then I'll move on to the next stage. Alright, so after some sanding and dremeling and all that, I basically, for a side-by-side, I'm trying to get this looking right. So there's your side-by-side. You can see the material I took out. I also, as you may have noticed, I don't have the cup in the other shoulder, like the one that I worked on, because, so this is the torso assembly, of course. You can see there's a cup in there, right? Well, that's not in this one. I didn't put it in, and the reason I did that is because it gives it so much more range. I'll show you the range. So here, you can observe. So this is the range without the cup. And then if I put the cup in, excuse the Iron Maiden in the background, I forgot to pause my song. Hopefully I don't get copyright striked again, I don't know. It doesn't really, it gets more range than the other one, but not as much. So without the cup, he can, you know, reach across, which is really, really nice. So depending on how... I have to get a cape for this figure and everything. It's going to be a pretty big endeavor, actually. This is going to be like a fully custom Spawn figure when it's done. I'm going to get some attachments to put on the belt here so that I can have some chains going all over the place, because you don't make a Spawn figure and not give it chains, man. Who does that? You do not do that. That is like top 5 things you never do. That's like number 2. Number 1 is not having a Spawn figure in your collection, but the cup is really, really big, so I might see if I can take some material out of there, see what's visible, see what's not visible, I don't know. But there's your side-by-side of the articulation. This is the articulation without the cup. So you can see how much of an improvement it is, and you can get it... I might be able to get it even farther, actually. Yeah, see, it's way, way better. So, yeah, the articulation without that cup in there is really good. So when the cape goes in, that's probably not going to be really noticeable, hopefully at least. So, I might see if I can rig something up so that it doesn't require that cup being in there, because that would be really nice. But basically, the next stage of what I want to do all is on this piece here. So I'm not going to show off the other side of this, because who really cares? With this, though, I want to increase the range a lot, because it only goes forward that much. Now, let me, I'll be right back. I'm going to show off a little picture from the Spawn comics. So here, just look at some of these poses here that they've got in the comics. So let me drop the brightness on this a little bit so you can see. Now you see how much the torso really moves in these panels. Well, not as much that one, but this one he's extremely hunched over, right? Now you can't get that with the articulation that is on this figure. Little side note too, I love Todd McFarlane's capes. Look at that. Look at that cape, man. No one else does that. And if they do, they're probably copying Todd. But, yeah, no. If everything else has to go away, we need to make sure that Todd McFarlane keeps drawing capes, dude. That's actually crazy. But, this specific figure... he can't hunch over like that. So how do I plan on fixing it? Well, basically, this torso piece here needs a lot more clearance. Like, a lot more. Now, the way it seats inside is... it's really deep in there. And most of it isn't visible. Like, I mean, that's not a good understanding, but it's the same clearance, right? And it's basically the same shape. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put it upside down, and that kind of gives you an understanding of how little you can actually see of this thing. And even if you arch it all the way back, it's still not that visible. But I don't want back, I want forward. And look at how much forward you can get just with that one, and then if you get it all the way, you can get that. So that's what I'm going to aim for. That's my goal. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to basically go about it the same way I did with the arm. I'm going to use my Dremel here. I'm probably going to use a couple different bits. I have this one that I'm going to use, but I also have another one here, if I can see where I put it. It's the, like, grinding bit that I always use. It's circular. I've shown it off before. There it is. Oh, I just dropped my tweezers. So, keep bumping everything here. It's this piece right here. This is the bit I'm gonna use along with this one. So, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'll come back when it's done, and then I'll put the torso together and show you how much, how much more range he's gonna have. So I'll be back in a couple minutes. Well, for you it's gonna be instant, but alright, so this is basically my result of my work. Let me put this down one thing at a time here. So the stem now moves forward that far, and I took some material out of the bottom there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat this up. Actually, I'm gonna heat this up. Is this water still warm? No, it is not. So I am going to warm up this torso with a hairdryer, put this piece back in, and show the range that I've created. Alright, so I'm gonna end this video by showing off. It doesn't look like a lot, but that is a major improvement over what there was. And with the space that I took out of the bottom, I'm not gonna put the torso on the legs because, gonna be honest, man, it was really, really annoying to get these apart. I don't want to do it again, so this will remain separated. I do eventually plan on getting a custom cape for this figure, but that is going to cost me probably about $45, which I'm not going to shell out right now. So, as of right now, this is all I'm going to do for this video, and then in the next video, I will do the modifications to the legs, and well, maybe not the next time I upload, but in the next video on this figure, I'm going to modify the legs if I can, and I'm going to change up this whole belt piece here because I don't really care too much how it's done right now. I'd like to improve it. So, yeah, and I'm going to hopefully in the future add some chains to this figure, and everything will be exactly as I want it to be. So, until then, that's all I'm gonna showcase. So, for now, I'll leave you with, what am I gonna show you right before I sign off here? And here's this vintage Spawn figure, and he's gonna punch you in the face, ready? Boom, you're dead.